All right, let's go. Yo, 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 yo,
Yeah,
yo.
man.
Yeah, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, okay. Welcome everybody. This is episode. I don't even know what number we are up to now, man.
11, bro.
Episode 11. All right, so it's up
I think.
episode
I
11,
think.
and we're live from Sydney. I'm live from Sydney, locked down right now, and the roles have kind of turned. Hey,
For once, bro. Fuck. For
yeah,
once,
bro.
man. Like I'm free as a bird.
Damn, damn, and I'm out here, man. I'm out here locked up, man. I'm locked up on my Acon, bro. You know how it is, man.
How
But
you
yeah,
going with
man.
it though?
No, look, I'm cool, bro, because I feel like this year, man. Like you've kind of gotten used to it. You know what I mean? Like it's not that.
Yeah.
It hasn't been that devastating to me, man, because it's not like it's anything new. And you
Yeah.
kind of got your little fucking routines, man. I've been doing a bit of training at the parks and stuff like that, some calisthenics, that type of stuff. So I do that on weekends.
Mm.
During the week, I'm kind of stuck at home, but I always try to get out, go for a walk or whatever, you know what I mean?
Are
So
you are you are you still maintaining that walk thing there? Like, are you still maintaining the walking every day thing or?
nah, 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 not every day, bro. It's inconsistent, man. It's inconsistent.
You have days when you stay in the whole day and no go outside.
Nah, nah, I can't do that actually. If I don't go for a walk, I'll just jump into the whip, go to the shops. You know what I mean? Because you're allowed to go out for
Yeah.
essential things, right? But a whole day,
Yeah.
24 hours in the house, nah, nah, that one I can't, bro. Nah, 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 that one I can't, bro. Yeah, that messes with my head, bro. Yeah, how you doing, man, in Melbourne anyway?
Man, free, bro.
Yeah, yeah,
Free as a bird, man.
that's
Like,
good,
I mean,
bro.
not completely free, of course. Like, there's
Yeah,
bookings and that type of thing for everything that you want to do. But like, I'm
yeah,
actually ecstatic that, like, for once, it's not us that's in lockdown. You know what I mean? I feel like
yeah,
you might feel a little bit different if they announce tomorrow that you guys got another 2 weeks. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I think that's when it starts hitting, like, after you like crossing into a month now. You know?
Yeah, 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 yeah. I think it'll probably be like that, man. But still, bro. I mean, I don't know. I was looking at my bank account, bro. You know what I'm saying? My bank account's looking
Mighty
nice.
healthy,
My bank account's looking
mighty
nice.
healthy.
Yeah, my bank account's looking nice, man. So I don't know, man. Bro, perspectives, bro. I'm always on that, bro. You know what I mean? So I don't
Yeah.
think it. Yeah, I mean, because the fact is, you can still like, people can have like, I mean, I know a few
People
people have been
over.
doing stuff at their house and stuff. Yeah, but you can have like a couple of people over. You know what I mean? And
Mm.
it's not too bad, bro. To be honest, honestly, man, I legit can't complain about it, bro. I'll be honest with you, bro. You know what I mean?
I think it like as long as you've got like some home hobbies and shit, I think
I
it's
think
alright.
so.
You
Yeah,
know?
yeah, exactly, exactly. When you got stuff that you do, bro, nah, that helps you maintain, bro. But yeah, if it wasn't for that, man, then he had to be something else, bro. Yeah.
You might have to turn your living room into a nightclub sometimes, bro.
Yeah, man. Fuck, I don't know. I don't know what I do with my neighbors, man. My neighbors sent me. They already sent me a complaint, bro. They already sent me a complaint one time that I
You're
was
doing too
being.
much.
Yeah, yeah, bro. So I don't know, man. I don't know. G. Yeah, bro.
Nah, I hear that, man. But speaking of lockdown, man,
Yeah,
I thought we talk about the Sri Lankan family from
yeah.
Biloela
Biloela.
in
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Queensland.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Right, 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 right.
You know, so
Oh.
these guys, like from what I read, from what I've
Mm.
seen, like they met on one of them people smuggler boats.
Oh yeah.
Like yeah, like I think they
Right,
met either on the boat or in detention in Nauru. So the man and the woman didn't know each other,
right.
and then they got given like I think some temporary visas while they assessed their refugee
Asylum.
status. And
Yeah,
then,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, I think they were both sent to Biloela, and
Yeah.
then I guess they fell in love, had 2 kids over there, and then they kind of got into the community.
Mm.
Like everybody loves them type of thing, and like you can imagine, probably like the one brown family over there, they'll probably be known
They be
and
celebrities, bro. They're
they'll be
celebrities in the
celebrities,
town,
man.
bro. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they'll be looking like Jay Sean and his princess, you know what I mean? But
Jay Sean, man. That guy. Yeah,
Jay Sean.
yeah.
But I first started seeing this a couple years ago, probably 2019. that they had been removed and sent back to
Mm.
Nauru or
South
Manus,
Africa.
one of those two.
I think they're
Yeah, with the two daughters that they had that were born in Biloela in
Australia.
Queensland.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, and then there's been this sort of uproar ever since, like
yeah. Mm.
that, like I guess the High Court reached the decision that they were not genuine refugees, but then they've
Yeah.
been sort of fighting it with
Mm.
appeals and whatnot and prolonging the deportation process.
Mm.
And it sort of went to a head 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago,
Yeah.
when the younger daughter got sick
Got sick. Yeah.
and she had to be airlifted to Perth for medical
Emergency
treatment.
healthcare. Yeah, yeah.
So now I guess uh, people were trying to like, I guess people on all sides of politics, man, even them right wingers were like, yo, just give these guys you know, permanent residency. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Like, what the fuck? Like, you know, like they were contributing to the, you know,
Mm.
to the local area, and
Mm.
the daughters were born in Australia. Like, I know Australia doesn't have birthright citizenship, but
Mm.
it sort of, you know, was a very tense thing. And then I think that the government, the feds, the liberals were saying, I guess some of the talk was that some of the rationale by not giving them the visa was that
Mm.
uh, if they give them the visa, it'll
It's easy
invite a whole
smugglers.
bunch of,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
it encourage a whole bunch of people smugglers,
yeah.
and they'll open the gates, floodgates again. So I
Mm.
guess what I wanted to see is like, what's your take on this, man? What should they have been given the visas? Like, what's your take on this?
Look, I mean, it's obviously a very tricky case. I guess that's the reason why
Mm,
it's been drawn out already, right?
mm,
It's a bit of a complex one. But
mm,
so my understanding is the reason that their original refugee request was rejected was because the parents arrived illegally on a boat, right? Because I think this like
yeah,
marine, like people who arrive by that route are like, they're not allowed, right, to stay
yeah,
in the country. And
the country, yeah,
and
yeah,
that's yeah. I mean, look, I mean, you know how it would be, man. Like the rules are the rules, right? You know what I mean?
yeah,
So look, man, there's policies in place and there's a reason they're in place. There's a reason, I guess, things are the way they are because of the rules, right? Like in Australia, you know what
yeah,
I mean? Very
mm,
strict rules. But
mm,
with that said, you still, I guess, in this situation, because I'm pretty sure under the Immigration Act, right? The minister,
mm,
the minister's got delegation to say, "Yo, man, these guys can kick it," right?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So I mean, obviously, I think for me, dude, it's yeah. Look, the rules are the rules, but then there's certain special cases, man, where you kind of have to look at it individually, and kind of
mm,
assess it individually, not just
yeah,
assess it based on the legislation and based on, okay, does it satisfy clause that, bang, bang,
mm,
bang. You
mm,
know what I mean?
yeah, mm,
So look, I mean, I really wouldn't see an issue like with the family. I'm actually of the opinion that the family should be allowed to stay, bro. Just because of the
mm,
fact that obviously they've been here for a while. The kids were
mm,
born here, they were settled
mm,
in their community. I understand
mm.
now they're in so now they're currently in so
Perth,
they're in Perth in community
yeah.
detention, right? Which is a little bit
Mm.
more relaxed than like the Christmas Island detention, eh?
Yeah, they can go to school and shit like that.
Yeah, yeah, they can move around within the
Yeah,
community and all that stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, but obviously their status, I guess, is still up in the air because they could get sent home. You know what I
Um,
mean?
I read somewhere that they go given bridging visas, man, and typically bridging visas like would mean that I guess you're in a bridge to staying,
Oh
right?
yeah, I
Yeah, yeah. I
actually
read that
never
they were
read
given.
that. Right, like as a
Yeah, I read that they were
resettler.
given. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I read that they were given 3 month bridging visas, so I think that would indicate that they're
Okay.
gonna stay. But then I just thought it was interesting that
Mm.
it's like I feel like I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I feel like in a way this was like kind of like the liberals who are in power, right?
Mm.
Uh, them automatically giving this family like some PRs.
Mm.
You know, it was more like about okay, this is what our base would prefer. You know what I mean? Like the base, the supporters would prefer if these guys just got sent home.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
Right.
for it to take like what almost 3 years now
three
just to
years.
get to the point of
Yeah,
giving them a
that's a
bridging
long ass
visa.
time, man.
You know what I mean? And for it took for the child to get sick.
Yeah,
Uh, and then now they're not even giving like the full,
yeah.
because obviously the immigration minister will have some veto power, right? They're not even
Yeah,
giving
they
the
got
full
delegation.
thing.
Yeah.
Exactly. They just, it's like a piecemeal thing. You know what I mean? He could have gone
Yeah.
all the way, but it's
Nah,
just
it's
they've
just
been.
it's the not ballsy way, man. This is how I feel like it, bro. This is legit how I feel like, man. Like the majority of politicians, bro, they don't have the balls to make the big calls. You know what I mean? Like
Mm,
even in a case where anybody can assess it and be like, "Yo, this is wrong. This
mm,
is right." You know what I mean? This is kind of
mm,
fucked up.
mm,
You know what I mean?
mm,
Even when
mm,
like a blind person could see that, these dudes they
mm.
don't have the balls because at the end of the day they're thinking about their backsides and they're thinking about their their
They
guys that
turn
are
into
behind them.
Stevie Wonder.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like they just like they're
Can't see shit.
they don't want to do the big they don't want to make the big calls, man. You know what I mean? And in this situation to
Mm,
me, it just seems like it is, man. It's just a like it's an opportunity, for the immigration minister to do something like that. And that'd be big if he did something like that. You know what I mean?
mm, mm,
Yeah,
mm,
but like
mm.
you're right. Like you're right, man. I mean, there's definitely
Do you
that,
think that, do you think that you think that the base has something to do with it? Like if it was a labor
Oh,
immigration minister,
100%. Oh, 100%. Yeah.
they would have just
100%.
given it, yeah?
I mean, you heard Bill Shorten when he came out and he was saying that, yo, man, let these guys stay. You know what I mean? Like one time, you know what I mean? Not even, you know, not even a discussion, bro. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Is
But I think, yeah,
no, no. I was just gonna say, look, it's just one of them situations where it's just like you said, man. They
it's
just don't care about
politics.
that. Yeah, it's very political, bro. Yeah.
One thing I think about though, like, so
Mm,
it's been 3 years. They've been like on Manus for the last 3 years, right? These are children, right? What do you think the effect would be on those kids? Even the parents, but more so the kids. Okay, they were
mm,
detained by this country that they were born in, and
mm.
then they get led back. They get the PR now, right? And they
Uh,
stay. Do you think there's some sort of like mental scarring that's going to be associated with that?
Damn, man. I mean, I know, man. I mean, I like to look at it from the perspective of like the daughters are like how old the girls 4 and 6, yeah,
Yeah.
4 and 6. Look, man. I don't think the 4-year-old's gonna remember this. You know,
Nah, they don't give a fuck.
nah, man. I mean, to be honest, man, I don't
Yeah.
remember what the hell was happening when I was 4, dude. You know what I mean? I mean, 6. I vaguely remember. I just remember the first day at school. I think that's all I remember. You know what I mean? Like. But
Yeah.
I mean, I can't remember anything else, dude, or whatever. You know what I mean? I don't really think it'd have too much of an effect. I think the actual effect will be when when they hear about the story, and then some people might be telling them, "Oh,
Oh.
yeah,
Mm,
oh,
mm,
yeah, your own country didn't want you." You know what I mean? Then that might make them feel
yeah.
a type of way. You know what I mean? But I feel like at this stage, it's
Yeah.
kind of more of an effect on the parents. No, what do you think?
Yeah. 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 No, no, no. I had thought that maybe I had thought that maybe like the kids would have like some sort of um mental
Mm,
uh lingering situation down the line due to this, but the way you put it, I think I agree. But then at the same time, like
mm,
imagine they're instead of 4 and 6, they're now uh, 19 and 21 at
mm,
uni. You
mm.
know what I mean? And then now they're old enough to understand this and
Yeah,
that. They might be. It might. I think it might make them not do something, but like
yeah.
it might make one of them, even for instance, you wouldn't be surprised like 30 years from now one of them is immigration minister. Why? Because I
Right.
came up like this. You know what I mean? Like I understood it now, and I came up like this. Like I just feel like shit's got to change. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
want to make a change. Yeah, 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 yeah. I feel that.
You
I
know,
feel that.
but
So you're like it instead of actually kind of like messing with them, it kind of spur them on and motivate them. You feel?
yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah,
good.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. That'll be
yeah.
a good
I
outcome.
was it would, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
people can also go the other way, you know what I mean, and
Right.
just go full rage. You know what I mean?
Right. 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 Yeah.
But we're not gonna speak that and put some bad
Yeah.
juju on them, bro.
Yeah. 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 I mean, plus, anyways, I mean, like hella people who are here as even just as migrants, right? They got hella stories, you know what I mean?
Mm,
About
mm,
quite traumatic childhoods and all this, and you know what
mm,
I mean? And
mm,
you know,
mm.
they turn out alright, you know what I mean? Like they turn out okay, you know, like
Yeah,
so I mean, to be honest, I feel like yeah, I feel like it's a minor, to be honest, that one, you know.
minor situation.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That one in terms of their maybe I feel like if they were older and all of this was playing out when they were older and they could really see what's going on and you know
Going
they're
on.
walking around with guards and they've got cameras all around them, you know what I mean? And they
Mm,
can't go here and they,
mm.
you know what I mean? Like you know, and they're asking their questions like their parents, big questions like, you know, mommy, why can't we,
What's
you know what I
going
mean?
on?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
what's going on? Like I feel like in that situation, you know what I mean? But
yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, but I don't know. Like now, I feel
Okay,
like they're in a cool age. You know?
okay.
Yeah,
Nah, look, best of luck to that family.
yeah, yeah. Nah, alhamdulillah.
Wish him well. I think I'm gonna follow this just over the years because
Yeah,
I think because we sort of well, we're not growing up old, but we've sort of watched this happen in real time. So I'm gonna
yeah, yeah,
keep an eye on this and just to see what the outcome is and what
yeah.
comes of the girls and
Bro,
that
write
sort
the
of thing.
immigration minister a letter, bro. You know, write him a letter.
Bro, I'm actually real shit at writing like like reports, paragraph, whatever, man. Like I might have to plagiarize the whole thing from the internet, bro.
Yeah, yeah, bro, you can do that. You can do that, you know, because the way they'll read it or the way they'll tally it is they'll just be like they received one letter in support of the family. You know what I mean? They're not gonna be in there like,
Mm.
oh, we received one letter with this fact, this fact, this fact, this fact. You know what I mean? Because I mean, they got lawyers and shit anyway. You know what I mean? I mean,
Yeah.
the family's lawyer probably has, obviously. You know what I mean? But if you just be like, yo,
Mm.
man, let them stay. You know what I mean? Then it'll just be like, oh,
I
yo.
mean, this thing has moved a lot of people, man. I don't know if you're familiar with Barnaby Joyce.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I know that dude. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, bro. Like the new deputy PM, bro. The not to call him rednecky, but like the nationals guy, man. Like even he was like, "Yo, man, this is bullshit, man. Let them
Yeah,
stay,
yeah,
man." Like
yeah, 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 yeah.
I think it's not a coincidence that the time that he gets
The ne-
moved back into that position,
yeah,
it comes out that they've been given 3 month
right.
bridging visa. I think he probably put some pressure on that behind the scenes.
Yeah, I mean, because I feel like the Nationals are kind of more about family as well, right? You know what I mean? The
Yeah,
National Party, you know, they're about the traditional family values and that kind of thing. And I'd
the
imagine,
rural guys.
yeah, 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 I'd imagine even the rural town where these guys are coming from, without knowing which way they voted, you know what I'm saying? It might be
Yeah,
a national seat, you know what I mean?
that
So,
actually makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
so
That
I
makes
don't
a lot of
know.
sense. I didn't think of that.
So I don't know, you know what I mean? It might be that man, yeah. But yeah, Barnaby Joyce is yeah, it's another character on his own. But
Oh wait, bro. Like, let me detour a little bit, man. What's the story with him and he had a wife or something, and he was caught cheating or something while he was in parliament? Like, did you hear about
yeah,
that?
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, look, I didn't go into it deep, but yeah, that pretty much all I heard is the man's was cheating, bro. So, so I was
Cheating
like,
in parliament.
I was like, this guy. But you know, parliamentarians
Yeah.
be doing wild shit. Like, wasn't there? There was a New South Wales member
Yeah.
who he was like seeing this girl, man. She was like a working girl, and he saw her a few times outside, and then one time he was like he was sexting her like while he was in actual parliament, bro. Like while they were sitting, bro. They got videos of this dude, bro. And he was saying, yo, you should come through to the parliament offices and we can like have sex in the parliament offices and stuff. Yeah, these
Hey, look,
guys.
man, but
So look, I mean, hey,
that would be some kinky shit, bro. Having sex in parliament.
bro,
Ah,
in
man.
in the in Parliament House, bro.
In
Imagine
the
that.
chambers, bro.
Imagine, bro. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, nah, it's pretty funny, bro. But yeah. So what did Barnaby Joyce like bring the girl to the federal parliament offices as well, or what?
Nah, I don't think so. Like, I think what happened was he was married and then he was just having an extramarital
Extramarital
affair
affair.
and
Ah,
kind
yeah,
of
cool.
blew up while he was
Yeah,
deputy
yeah,
PM. And
yeah,
then
yeah, yeah,
you know, like all these
And then
women's
everybody's
rights
like,
groups
bro,
and
you're
stuff.
about the family, you're about the, you know what I mean? What are you doing, man?
Exactly. And even now, when they sworn him in again, when he was announced that he's now the leader again,
Right, right.
like on the ABC, it was like, oh, these women's rights groups, like, oh, this guy's got a bad track record, cheated, and I'm like, damn, man, let the man breathe, man. Let the man breathe, because he ended up marrying the side piece. Now he's got two kids with the side piece, and those were the kids.
For real.
I saw his yeah, I saw his swearing in thing like on the news, like,
Right.
and those were the kids like making noise while I was trying to swear him in as the deputy prime minister. You know
Wow.
what I mean? So
Wow. That's
look, at least
crazy.
he
He
cleaned
followed
up
through.
properly
He
with the
followed
side piece,
through.
bro. He
Yeah.
followed through, man. He made that
Yeah.
decision
Yeah.
and he went all the way with it, bro. Like he wasn't trying
Exactly.
to hopscotch.
That's good, man. No, for real, man. That for real. He actually took he was probably in the process of transitioning out of the house, right? So he put one foot out, well, the other foot was still
Mm,
in, and he was still getting
yeah.
out. Now he's out the house and he's in a new house, right? so, so that's understandable, bro.
I think the UK guy did that as well, man. Gordon,
Boris.
what's his name? Boris. Yes, I think he did
Oh
something
yeah,
similar, man.
Boris
Because he just
Johnson.
got
Yeah.
married to he just got married to some young thing, bro. Like,
Damn, man. These guys are out here though. Hey, but to be honest, man, like these dudes got the power, bro. You know, so
power and the access, man. Look,
yeah, dude.
not advocating. It's just funny.
Nah, hard. Exactly. We're not advocating. Nah, definitely. No, don't cheat. Don't. We're not advocating for cheating when you're married,
uh,
especially. Yeah.
me married especially. Um,
Yeah.
Yo, speaking of which, man, last detour, man. Like I've been watching. Do you remember that show from high school, Cheetahs?
Wow. Yeah, man. Like very back in the day on MTV, right? Back in the day.
I don't know what channel it was on
Oh,
DSTV,
okay.
but it
But
was
it was
like
somewhere.
yeah, like
Yeah, yeah.
they got some clips because I found out.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know Peter Guns. You're familiar with Peter Guns?
Nah, bro.
So
I know
Peter Guns
Peter
was in
Guns, but not.
yeah, his dad. So his dad was in love with hip hop, and this guy was getting
Oh, okay.
caught cheating like multiple times a season. So now, like, I found out that he's the new host for Cheetahs as of 2019. You
Wow.
know, so
The guy who was
there was an
getting caught.
uproar about this.
Wow.
There was an uproar about this. Like, yeah, this is not the right guy to actually be hosting this show.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? And I've been watching it on YouTube, man. Like, this shit is it's quite entertaining, man, for what it is.
Really.
Like, yeah,
So
it's
like
just
so
because
so
mm,
yeah. No, I didn't know
yeah.
they were making it again. I thought they had stopped making it way back in the day.
Nah, they never stop, bro. Like you think,
Really?
bro, they cannot run out of episodes. Like, unfortunately, you know what I mean?
Unfortunately, yeah. That's mad.
There's a new idiot every day, bro. You know.
Wow. Wow.
But one of the episodes, like
Mm,
I managed to catch one of the Peter Guns ones, and like they caught this brother cheating, and
mm.
usually the guy who gets caught is mad at the show host and all type of thing. This guy was like, "Yo, Peter, man, like I thought you'd understand. Like, why y'all here busting my ass?"
And what was Peter's response, man?
He's like, I'm a changed man. Anyway, this is how I'm at work. Blah, 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 blah. He's like, you can hit me in the DM if you wanna,
You wanna
chat.
talk about it? Nah, but honestly, Peter shouldn't be on that tip, bro. Nah, man. That one's kind of like one of them situations, you know what I mean? Where it's like, nah, bro, you can't really talk, bro. Let somebody else, man. You know what I mean? Look, I mean, maybe he's changed or whatever, bro, but he used to be like that. You know what I mean? It's kind of like throwing stones and you in a glass house type situation. You know what I mean? Like, I, I don't know, man. You know how it is though. Like, it's like, man, what's a good example, man? It's like when somebody who's exactly, bro. When somebody who's
Mm,
like done like a lot, like even in our context, right? Like I'll bring it to
yeah.
our context, something that's simple. Like when somebody is kind of like been in the streets a lot, right? Somebody who maybe even was dealing, was just doing a whole lot of dodgy stuff. You know what I'm saying? And then you know what I mean? And then it's like, let's say you're kind of, somebody maybe is kind of not in it or kind of trying to get into it, and then they're like busy lecturing that dude. You know what I mean? Like, look, I mean, there's a certain actually, I'm second guessing myself, bro, to be honest, because sometimes it's good when somebody has the experience and the lived experience.
Experience.
Yeah, so that they
Yeah.
actually know what it's about. But I still think in that perspective, they'll be lecturing a person or talking to a person or trying to guide him in a way that they would understand, not necessarily lecturing or preaching to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like when
Yeah.
it's come
Yeah.
on that kind of tip, you know what I mean? And like, I mean,
Yeah.
I know it's kind of different still to like this Corey Gunn's dad or whatever, man. But bro, if the guy
Mm.
was literally caught multiple times, and now he busting other guys,
Every
bro.
season.
Nah, come on, man. Nah. You
I
should
think they
be.
were trolling with that. I think they're trying to troll with that, man.
Yeah,
You
definitely.
know?
Because I mean, it's a way. Right now, I'm probably gonna go and have a look at it, right? Because I'm like, you know,
This is mad. This is mad
yeah, it's
interesting.
mad interesting. Yeah, and I'll look for the dude's videos when he was getting busted too. You know what I mean?
They're all over YouTube, bro.
Yeah, for context. You know, you always gotta have
But
that context.
essentially, he ain't got the cure to be talking to these guys, man, because
Mm,
he's still the disease. But
definitely, man. Yeah, bro.
speaking of cure, man, vaccines, man. I forced a
Yeah.
segue right there, bro. But
Nice.
vaccinations, man. You said you wanted to talk about the vaccination situation, man.
Yeah,
Like you're
yeah,
in New South Wales, so you're in the thick
yeah,
of it, man.
yeah.
Give us
Look, I mean, I guess for me, I just wanted to. For me, it's kind of like the situation is. I guess I'll ask you a question. You know, what I mean, how do you feel like the government has handled the COVID vaccine rollout? You know, the federal
it's a
government.
shambles.
Right, right.
It's a shambles. Um, like, cause every time, like, obviously because we work from home, man, like it
Mhm.
kind of makes you stay up to date with current affairs a lot
Yeah,
because you have the ABC in
yeah,
the background as you're,
yeah,
doing like some emails or whatever, you know what I mean?
yeah,
But I'm always hearing these complaints about there's not enough vaccines, and then
yeah.
before it was the Commonwealth saying, yeah, we're gonna roll out the vaccines using the GPs, and then
Mm,
there's not like so I work in healthcare, so I understand how a
mm,
lot of this stuff works.
mm.
The GPs do not necessarily
Have
work for the
strategies,
federal
right?
government,
Mm.
and it has to be profitable for them to actually be administering these vaccines,
Mm,
because they need, 2, 3 nurses and
mm.
the immunization specialist
Right, right.
as they're doing these vaccinations. So
Yeah.
from the jump, it was a failure, and then they asked the states to help,
Mm,
and then the state starts using the health systems to speed it up. So I think it's been a shambles, man. Like, what do you think?
yeah, man. Like I totally agree with you, bro. Because like I mean, the way it looks like, right, from the start,
Mm,
man, I think we did a very good job in terms of controlling COVID. You know what I mean? So border
mm,
control, like this is going back to
mm,
2020. You know what I mean? Border control,
mm,
um,
mm.
even the hotel quarantining, which other countries only just
Yeah.
introduced, like you know what I mean, this year. You know what I mean?
After,
Um,
yeah,
of
yeah,
course, there
yeah.
were mistakes, like in your case in Melbourne, but and you know even the lockdowns. You know what I mean? The quick lockdowns. I
Mm,
feel like in general there was a good response. Obviously, the lockdowns were up to the state government, but then the federal government also did a good job to begin with,
mm.
right? And then
With the border. Mm,
yeah, exactly, man. And then but then I I feel like so because the issue what happened is at the start, right?
mm.
They had you know how remember when UQ were developing like their own vaccine, you know?
Vaccine. Yeah, and it
Yeah,
fell
and then
through.
it fell through because dudes were getting like false positive HIV tests and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like,
Even
so
dudes had attacks, man. Like,
yeah, man. And then
uh,
like and then yeah, so because initially that was a strategy, right? So it was like, okay, let's get the UQ vaccine and then let's get the
mm,
AstraZeneca vaccine, right? Which was
mm,
basically the AstraZeneca vaccine, my understanding is it was going to be cheaper to
mm,
because there was capability to manufacture it here. You know
mm.
what I mean? And then it turned out that the manufacturing capability here wasn't going to be able to meet the demands and stuff, right? So now they're like, they were okay. They were like, cool, we'll order it from overseas. You know what I mean? And then so like obviously, like to me, it already sounds like there were mistakes that were made early on,
along
right?
the way.
Yeah, and I feel like it was a bit of a lax approach to it. I almost feel like the government was kind of like, look, man, um, we're good. We've got the border control thing under.
We can relax.
Exactly, we can relax. Let's just promote local tourism. You know what I mean? Let's have stuff going on in here. You know what I mean? I feel like that was kind of their their view, instead of actually being like, look, man, we've already kind of done well to begin with. Now let's
Let's
just
be ready.
yeah, exactly. Let's finish job off. And then like you said, right? Like you said, even with the strategy of utilizing the GPs and stuff, right? I mean, like, I don't know, man, without being an expert or without being in your field, man. I mean, it just sounds like more sensible to me, right? To have national vaccine centers, right? Dedicated national vaccine centers. You know what I mean? I mean,
Yeah,
in terms of funding, dude, I'm sure, bro. I'm sure I'm sure there'd be like funding for it. You know what I mean? So
they've
it's
got
just
it.
yeah,
Yeah, but then it's just the thing is, man, like
yeah.
what um what the issue tends to be is that yeah, like the guys in Canberra can say, yeah, let's have national vaccine centers, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then
Or just give
when
it.
you think about
Yeah, but wouldn't you say, like, for example, because I'd be like, okay, national vaccine centers, right? As in
mm,
vaccine centers all around the country, but then they're run by the state. You know what I'm saying? Just like how
yeah,
the states were
yeah,
allowed to control the lockdowns and all that type of stuff.
yeah,
You know what I mean? And
yeah,
then interstate
yeah,
migration. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Then I feel
yeah,
like maybe
yeah.
the feds, like feds, I don't, they wanted to be heroes in this situation.
They wanted to take ownership of this,
Yeah.
man. Like, and you made a good point because I watched some ABC thing and somebody was saying that they wanted to come in and with the W and say, yeah, Commonwealth GP vaccination program.
Yeah.
You know, when the reality is that like those guys, they don't have the infrastructure to
Mm,
do it. You know what I mean? So
mm,
the best way would have just been, we need to be vaccinating. You guys in Victoria, how do you think you best do it over there? You guys
mm,
in Queensland, how do you think? Instead of saying
mm,
communal GPs, you know what I mean?
mm, mm.
Yeah, they tried to really yeah they tried to take the W and it backfired badly, you
And
know,
then, yeah.
and you see that's these guys like the I guess in the constitution the
Mm,
quarantine is like a federal government responsibility, right?
mm,
But you see that these guys now, like ever since COVID came, these guys now will just jump into some federal government responsibilities when they see that these guys are fucking up. Because you remember Gladys was like, yo, we're gonna open
yeah,
up
Gladys.
vaccination hubs, not being asked. They're just like, fuck it,
Yeah,
you guys can't do it, we'll do it.
yeah,
You know?
yeah,
And
yeah,
um it's gonna be interesting to see like after COVID is done, are
yeah.
they still gonna be like, yeah, quarantine is a federal government responsibility? Lockdowns are, like, oh, they're gonna say, you know what, let's give this power back to you guys because you guys actually are the service delivery people.
For for me, man, like I mean, like
Mm,
what really annoys me, bro, is that like even in this situation, right, which is like another thing that annoys me about politicians, right, is that like you hear them like and all they do is come out and make excuses. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
Like just come out and make
mm,
excuses, bro. Like what is wrong? What is wrong with just coming out and saying, "Yo, we messed up." You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
when somebody like even in your personal life, man, if somebody does
Mm,
something right, and they know they did it right, and
mm,
then they keep
mm,
lying to you and saying, "Nah, nah, 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 it wasn't me," or "I don't know what you're talking about," whatever. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Doesn't that
Mm.
make you more
It,
pissed off than when somebody just says, "Look, man, I really messed
it
up."
definitely does.
You know what I mean?
It definitely does. It
Yeah.
definitely
So
does.
so then it's just like I mean, you just see opportunities, man, to just do the right thing and do it right. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean if
Yeah.
you admit that you made a mistake, people are going to be like, hold it against you forever. You know what I mean? People
Yeah.
will actually be like, look,
Yeah.
man, you're admitting your faults, you're admitting to be human. You know what I mean? So it's okay,
Yeah.
man. We all make mistakes. And then now, obviously, we're having to deal with situations like what we have in, New South Wales. You know what I mean? So it's
World
just,
right now.
yeah,
But this guy always comes out anytime there's an outbreak. They always come out. Greg Hunt, whatever his name is, the federal
yeah,
health minister guy.
yeah.
He always comes out whenever there's a problem and says, his whole speech, I've noticed, is always,
Yeah.
yeah, Australia's done better than most other countries in the world. I'm like, yo, like,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
it's always that. You
Yeah.
know what I
Yeah. Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Same rhetoric. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yeah, and they come out and make big announcements
Yeah.
a few days later
Yeah.
to save the day.
Yeah, man. Nah, I'm not gonna lie. That guy annoys me, man. Because just even when he's speaking, all that, he just doesn't seem like, it just seems
He
like
knows what he's talking about.
like as in, no, like I feel like he seems like that type of guy who's just kind of arrogant. Will never admit he did anything wrong. He always just stick to the
Yeah.
same thing. Even if you're having a debate with him and you're giving him different points, he's just gonna keep banging
Mm.
on about the same point. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yep.
And yeah, bro, it's a bit frustrating. You know what I mean?
Like,
It's
and
just
I don't know, the other week,
yeah.
when I think it all came to like a big, like, blow up, like a big, I guess, like the height of it, when I guess Como came out and said, oh, we're gonna give indemnity to the GPs to be giving AstraZeneca to under 60s. And then the chief officer from Queensland is like,
Yeah.
yeah, nah, fuck that. Like,
Yeah, man. That's mad. Yeah. Like that's mad, bro. I mean, it's because they've got all these mad they've got all these supplies of it, right? Just chilling. The
somewhat,
AstraZeneca.
yeah, yeah, and people
Yeah,
don't
so
want it.
yeah, you know what I mean? So now they're like, oh damn, you know what I mean? Can't let this stuff go to waste. Now like you're kind of going back on that advice that it just sounds it just sounds very
Messy.
yeah, it just sounds very messy. Yeah. But I mean it's interesting though, like out of the because I was like reading that they've been there's like there've been about 2.1 million vaccines of AstraZeneca that have been given out, yeah. And
Mm,
I think there's been like 24 blood clots, um,
yeah,
and like one death. You know what I mean?
yeah. Mm.
So like I mean, man, the stats are quite low. You know what I mean? Like, um, would you take the AstraZeneca vaccine?
Bro, like, how many different substances do we take without knowing where they're coming from? We're like, yeah,
Yeah.
you say that's a molly? Yeah, all right, cool. Like, you know
Yes,
what I mean?
yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes. I
you
like
know
how
what I
you
mean?
think, bro.
So,
I like how you think. Yeah,
so
yeah,
I'll be a hypocrite to be saying, yeah, nah, there was 1 in 24 million. I'm like, let's find the stats for, somebody buying some type of fucking, whatever from the plug.
whatever
We're
from
not
this
checking.
from this dealer.
We're not checking.
Yeah,
What do they call it? They call it negative incident report for
mm,
your plug. We're not checking that shit. So me, I'll take it. You know what I mean? Like, if I can
yeah,
find a GP that's gonna
yeah,
give it to me, I'll take it. I just
yeah,
haven't been bothered to do it. Will you take
yeah.
it?
Oh, 100%, bro. I ain't tripping about that type of stuff, bro. Just like you said, bro. You know what I mean? Dudes is living risky out here. Dudes is risky out here. You know what I mean? So come on, man. Like that? Come on, bro. Nah, bro. Nah, man. Come on, man.
But I do wonder though, like, because every week we hear like there's this variant that came out. Like, I saw
Mm.
something today about, like, um I'm gonna butcher the name, but there's a Lathenia, like Lithia variant that's new or
Oh,
whatever.
really?
Like,
Damn. Spread
yeah,
out from
like,
where?
so it's from Peru and said it's spread to 26 countries instead of Australia. So, like, who the fuck knows, man? Like, we might, like, these vaccines might not be enough, bro. Like,
Nah, that's
you
mad.
know, I don't feel like it's over.
Oh, okay. But I mean, but apparently
Mm,
the current like vaccines, the AstraZeneca's and the Moderna's and Pfizer's and stuff,
mm.
they cover all the strains apparently. So they
But they
protect all
didn't know about
strains.
the
Like I mean,
strain, like,
you still get COVID, right? You still get
but you won't
infected.
be hospitalized or die.
Exactly. Yeah. So
Man, let's watch these guys in Israel, the UK, and the US who've had this vaccine. Let's see how they go, man.
Yeah,
Because
yeah, yeah. Hard.
never in the history of man has a vaccine ever been developed that quickly, bro.
True. Yeah, that's fact.
You know
Yeah,
what I
that's
mean?
fact. Yeah.
It's gonna be
That
some guys walking around with three heads, bro. Like,
dude's kids is gonna be coming. Let's see how the kids look in 2022, bro.
you're
Yeah, but
gonna have.
look at this
Yeah.
rate, we won't even have our vaccines yet, right? It's by 22, so yeah, I mean,
You know, and then my fucking Greg Hunt will come out and say, "Yeah, you know, that's why I waited for the
yeah,
vaccination program."
that's it, that's
Dickhead.
it, bro. He'll come out and be like, see,
Like that meme, man. That meme.
no, nah, man. There's a yeah, bro. Nah, it's funny, man. It's funny, but yeah, bro. So, but like yeah, nah, for real, it'd be interesting because like in England and the USA right now, they're like out, they're like going hard, man. You know what I mean? Like they
Nah,
just out
they're
here
giving
doing
everyone
things.
vaccines. Like in the US, man. Like I think I like how the US, the Americans, I think the US.
Mm,
I like how the Americans they creative with shit. Like
So
so,
what
they've
they
got
do?
vaccine lotteries.
Okay.
They've got vaccine lotteries. So in West Virginia, they were giving out like they were handing out AK-47s for anyone that gets vaccinated.
Uh-huh.
You know, and then in
Oh yeah, for
Colorado, they were
real.
handing out like that. You can Google it right now, bro.
Whoa. Yeah, I'm gonna check this
Just look
out.
up West Virginia guns vaccine. Like,
Okay.
does it sound like something that they wouldn't do? Think
Nah,
about
that
that for a
definitely
second.
sounds like something they would do, man. Americans would do that, bro. Yeah, nah, Americans would definitely do that.
um, and then I read in Colorado they're giving out weed.
Damn,
You
they
know,
giving out
and
weed in Colorado.
yeah, like, just to encourage people to go get vaccinated, bro. You know what I mean? Like, they should do something like that here. You know what I mean?
Damn. What would they give us here, bro? What would incentivize people here, man?
Free regio.
Free regio. True.
Yeah.
Free regio. Man, regio is kind of boring now, man. Damn. Man, you should.
Like, I'm just saying, like, it's just
Yeah.
one thing that
Mm,
is like it's
yeah.
obviously you're not paying for what it says it is for. You know what I mean? It's
Mm.
obviously just a tax. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. No, that's cool, bro. That'd be man. Mm.
but yeah, man. I think we covered it well, man. Shall we leave it at that?
Yeah, no, that's cool, bro. That's cool, man.
Did you find the article, the
uh,
West Virginia
yeah,
one?
no. Got it. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, bro. Do you want me to read a bit or but I've seen it, bro.
Yeah, just read a bit.
All right, so West Virginia Governor Jim Justice announced new COVID-19 vaccine incentives on Tuesday, including a $1.5 million cash prize, custom outfitted trucks, custom hunting rifles, and shotguns, according to Forbes. Weekly lotteries will take place from June 20 to August 4, with a with a drawing for 5 custom hunting rifles and 5 custom shotguns taking place on June 20, Father's Day, and the state's birthday. Any West Virginian who has received at least one COVID vaccine dose will be eligible to register. Dude, that's mad. That's mad, bro. That's actually sick. Nah, dude.
Those guys are the definition of
It's funny,
making
man.
a bad decision and going all the way with it.
Yeah, nah. That's true, bro. One thing, man, they all the way in there. They actually all the way in.
They're not getting out.
Nah, they're all the way in, man. Damn, man. Custom hunting rifles. Look, I mean, at least it's hunting. At least it's hunting rifles, right? And dudes will use them out there and shit when they're hunting in the bush or whatever.
As if you can't kill someone with that, bro.
Yeah. I mean, you can, but you know what I mean. Like, it's just I don't know. Like, I guess from a government perspective, it sounds it makes more sense to be handing out, you know, hunting rifles as opposed to assault rifles. You know what I mean? So, yeah, bro. No, that's cool,
uh,
man. No, that's cool, bro.
so my cheers, man.
All right, my bro. Thank you again. And yeah, look, man. Thanks everyone for like watching, tuning in. Really appreciate
Yeah,
it. As we always say, man. Please leave your
feedback is
feedback.
good.
Yeah, man. We love it, man. We love it. Thank you so much. Thanks, bro. Um, cheers.
Peace.
Later, bro.